Hello and welcome to a special broadcast from the Raisina Hill. I'm Gaurav Sawant. With me is the managing editor of India Today Business, Rajiv Dubey, and the big story is reactions that are pouring in from Beijing to Washington, D.C. on the Narendra Modi government's decision to ban an additional 118 Chinese apps. China has strongly opposed it. The United States has welcomed it, hoping other democracies would join in. Rajiv, is this ban on an additional 118 apps merely cosmetic and symbolic, or is this significant?
Gaurav, it's very significant. If you see what the government has really done is struck at the potential growth of Chinese companies in India, and that's very significant. If you look at the numbers right now, for instance, all these apps, there are 224 of them banned. I mean, government was looking at and scrutinizing about 275. They've already banned 224 of these. These 224 apps, according to Counterpoint Research, all put together do only about $200 million of revenue, just about that much. That's about like 1,500 crores of revenue. So all of them put together are very small compared to the business that Chinese companies otherwise do in the country. However, what the government has struck at is the future earning potential of these Chinese companies in the Indian market. Remember, many of these guys were big, very, very big on downloads and user base, but very small on revenue. They were just getting around, there are footholds around revenue generation, creating new business models, revenue models in the country. They were just starting on that path. And government has struck them at this point because if you look at just TikTok, for instance, it's about 611 million downloads in the country.
Yes, let's talk about TikTok, for instance. There was a report in the Observer Research Foundation that said just in 2 months, June and July, once TikTok was banned in India, its market valuation fell from 100 billion to 50 billion. Is that the big threat? India is the biggest market, and China, because of its transgressions at the line of actual control and these apps being detrimental to national security, has China lost out on this big market?
China, because of this, is going to lose big time as far as the revenue potential of these companies is concerned. Just TikTok, for instance, at the moment the government of India banned it, its valuation had fallen within days to by about $6 billion. That was the kind of hit it had taken on just the IPO valuation that ByteDance was going for. So it's in the long run, the potential of the Chinese companies to earn out of Indian market has been hit very, very significantly. It may not be an immediate impact. As I said, it's not more than $200 million, maybe $250 million, at best $300 million. These are all estimates.
Sure, the United States of America has come out very strongly in India's support, saying other democracies need to come forward. The State Department spoke of India banning 100 plus apps, asking other democracies to come together and ensure that there is a clean system. Is India, in a way, leading the way for others to follow to counter Chinese aggression and data mining and trolling?
I think it will clearly be seen like that, because if you look at it, Gaurav, one of the biggest problems right now of TikTok's sale, even in the US market, and it will reflect in most of the markets, is a Chinese law. They have just introduced a new law which bans sale of that particular algorithm. So algorithm, if it cannot be sold, TikTok is of no great use. This is precisely what government of India and government of China, government of US and many other countries, even UK, for instance, has been very clear about the Huawei's business. It's the non-transparent nature of the business, of the algorithms, of the software, of the hardware. That is the big concern as far as democratic countries are concerned.
Can China in some way strike back? Because this has been 3 major strikes by India against Chinese apps and Chinese companies, or putting Huawei and ZTE out of 4G upgrade, or having Chinese companies out of India's railway and infrastructure development. Can China hit back, and if so, how?
So, Gaurav, this has been the mystery. This has really befuddled all observers. because you would expect that after so many economic sanctions in some ways from the government of India, you almost everybody expected a hit back from China, a real impactful hit back from China. But it's surprising that there has been practically no reaction. They have not banned, for instance, we rely almost 70 to 80% of our pharmaceutical active pharmaceutical ingredients are imported from China. They have not banned them. They
Yes.
have increased the price in some of those APIs, but they have not banned them. Very surprisingly, China continues to gobble up Indian steel like never before. In the April to July period, India's exports to China of steel have more than doubled.
India's put restrictions on Chinese apps because they're saying that they're illegally taking information about users and then giving it to the Chinese government. And these are fears that are there in several other countries. These companies, these Chinese app companies, are legally bound to give all information to the Chinese Communist Party and government. Is that the biggest reason why China is also being kept out of 5G? The US has said it. We are on the track. China's already out, ZTE and Huawei, of 4G upgrade.
And so many countries have also said that they have laid out a timeline for their telecom companies to ensure that even their 4G networks, they have to get out of using Chinese equipment. They cannot order anything forthwith from the end of December this year. Many countries have done that. And in future, over a period of time, they will have to exit from using Chinese equipment, especially Huawei and ZTE. So that is the non-transparent nature of these businesses. The non-transparent nature of their hardwares and equipment is what is spooking the world market. Whether it's India, whether it's US, whether it's UK, whether it's Australia, many of these countries have finally taken a call that they do not want to use Chinese equipment in their core national infrastructure, especially with reference to telecom, because that's where data and information can be tapped and transferred back to the Chinese servers.
We've banned them. Others are talking about banning them. The Chinese government says that this is discriminatory and is an indicator that India is not investment friendly or is using this as a tool because of what's happening at the line of actual control. So what are China's options legally when it comes to India banning the apps? Or can we invoke national security and say you're a threat and you're out?
It's a big mystery. After all, why is China not responded to the Indian companies? The only thing that we've seen so far is increase in price of some of the active pharmaceutical ingredients that we are importing. But really, if you look at it, they can easily impose restrictions on many of the items that we import from them. But they haven't gone around doing that, which is basically reflecting on the very fact that China, having had the hit of the coronavirus, the very fact that economic nationalism worldwide is beginning to impact their business in China. China is not able to export enough to the world markets, and so they can't take on they can't restrict the exports to India, because as it is, their economy is being hurt pretty badly.
PUBG was huge in India.
50 million users, 50 million users, 50 million downloads, about 14 to 15 million very active users. But revenue, like I said, Gaurav, in most of these companies, their revenue, they were just about to beginning to take roots as far as revenue generation in the country is concerned. Their teams were being formed, the marketing teams were being formed.
PUBG's international valuation of 10 cents will get affected in the long run if it's out of the Indian market.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, in the long run, all of these apps, especially the likes of ShareIt, Halo, there is Cam Scanner. There's so many of these apps. UC Browser. Some of these were using. Some of these had as many as 150 to 400 million users already in the country. Imagine the earning potential that these users would have delivered to these companies in the long run. Imagine a 10-year cycle where if these had existed, these 100 million users may have become 400, 500 million users, and 400 would have become 800 million users, just like your Googles and the likes of Google in India. And imagine the kind of money they could have made in the Indian market.
So this perhaps is for Xi Jinping to imagine what he's losing out on. It's for the Chinese army, the Western theater commander, to imagine Chinese transgressions at the line of actual control. Has China lost out on this big market?